Hello, welcome to my video. Today we're going to go over all of the Dua brand fragrances that I have currently in my collection and a few that I have rehomed. I will say not all of them have been wins for me, and the one thing with the brand is there are no returns, so when you purchase you have to just kind of try to find a way to rehome it if you want to sell it on Mercari or a trade in a group on Facebook, and that's what I find works. But usually it's a little bit lower risk that way, but it's still a bit of a risk when you buy, because you cannot return. And I do wish, and actually you can sample. There's lots of people that have huge collections and you can buy samples from. So if you get in a Dua group on Facebook or something like that, then you can find lots of friends who will be happy to sell you small decants of their bottles so you can test them before. That is probably the safest way to go about it, and I do have several samples. I didn't actually bring them down here with me to record, but that's another video I guess I could do. These are all just my full bottles, so essentially they're the ones that I took chances on and they worked, or I did smell a sample and liked it, so I bought a full bottle. So I'm going to go in no particular order, but I just have a bag of them and then a few. A lot of mine, actually all of mine, came in these nice boxes, so they're very protected when they come to you in shipping. The first one I happen to grab out of my bag here is Carnal Gray, and this is the clone for BDK's Gris Charnel. So got my tester strips ready, got my nose ready. Let's spray this one on the tester strip. I know what it smells like, but this one is fig and probably some vanilla. I'm not sure what the other notes are. Dua's version, I have smelled Gris Charnel. I have the extrait and the original Gris Charnel in samples, like small samples, and I still have them. And Dua's version is a little bit more masculine, a little bit, I don't know. They're all a little bit more linear than the original scents, I would say, Dua's. So you don't go on like a journey with them per se, like with some fragrances, niche fragrances especially, you know, you spray them on and you think it's going to be one way, and then 10 minutes later it's another way, and then another 15 minutes later it's another way. Dua's are usually out of the bottle, that's what they smell like. However, anyone who's been around Dua for a long time knows that you also should probably just let them sit for a couple of weeks once you get them, because then they do get a little bit better shipping, and I'm not sure if they crank them out really fast, but they do need to kind of sit and get oxygen in them, so spray them out a few times and then get some oxygen in them to get the scents mingling well together, all the oils blending together. I looked up the notes for Carnal Gray, and it is cardamom, which makes sense because that's one of my favorite notes in fragrances. Fig, black tea, iris, bourbon vetiver. I didn't know there was such a thing as bourbon vetiver. Sandalwood and tonka bean. So there's really no notes in there that I don't like. Black tea would be one that's a little iffy for me, but this is a beautiful fragrance. I really like to wear this on rainy gray days, kind of indicated by the name, Gris Charnel, or Carnal Gray as in the case of Dua. It's a lovely fragrance, and if you like fig fragrances, you really can't lose with that one. It's very nice. It's very unisex. All right, now I've pulled out Princeless Princess, which is by Kilian's version of I Don't Need a Prince to Be a Princess, and this one is another tea scent with, I believe it's got marshmallow and matcha tea. Let's smell this one. It's really sweet. And it's got that little bit of zing from the matcha tea. It's a little bit something different. Okay, Dua's version has notes of lemon, green tea, ginger, peach, hedione, jasmine, apple, marshmallow, vanilla, and benzoin. So yeah, I get the fruits in there, and the lemon for sure comes off at first, but I'm sure that fades. I had sampled this from another person in like a Dua group. Got a little sample of this, and that's how I discovered that I liked it. I do like the Kilian version probably more. I probably like all the originals more of all these that I have smelled, but it's so expensive. I didn't want to spend the money on it, and this does the trick. I mean, you can always mix it with other things if you don't exactly like how it comes off, but it's a pretty popular scent on the website. On the Dua website, it's usually sold out until they restock it. For me, this is really a spring scent. It really shines for me in those late winter and spring days. So that's when I wore it this year, and that's when I really like it. This one is a banger, I have to say. Puffletuft. So this is like the House of Sillage Hufflepuff dupe. And as we know, the little cupcakes from House of Sillage are so expensive, and well, you know, this is way cheaper and it smells really good. Now, I've never smelled the original of Hufflepuff. This is one that I've never smelled the original. I have never gotten a sample or anything. So this is one case where maybe not smelling the original worked out in my favor, because I really love this one. It's very sweet. It's got peach and citrus and I don't know. It's definitely a gourmand. So you can tell by the picture on the label. It's so cute. At first I thought it was like candied pineapple, but it's not pineapple. There's coconut and peach in this, and gardenia, freesia, and a couple different kinds of vanilla. So Puffletuft is really good. The first time I smelled it, I was very excited about it, but it's very sweet, so you have to be in the mood for something really sweet, or love just love your gourmand sweet scents. So it's yummy. Next one I have is the dupe for Byredo's Bal d'Afrique. This is Paris 1920, and it's a pretty good dupe of Byredo Bal d'Afrique, but of course there's differences. I have smelled the original, sampled it. I have a sample of it. I like it. I like the original better, but again, price. And this is more linear than Bal d'Afrique. This has marigold from Africa, agathosma from Africa. I don't even know what that is. Some sort of plant. Has neroli, violet leaf, cyclamen, cedarwood. I mean, it's got a lot of interesting notes. It's very fresh. So this is a freshie, and anyone who smelled Bal d'Afrique knows that. It's a unisex freshie scent, but it's an easy reach, really good, non-offensive fragrance. So this one made the cut for me. I didn't want to sell it when I got it, so I'm keeping that around because frankly I don't want to buy Bal d'Afrique for like $150, so the Dua version is good. Now we have my favorite. This is my favorite of all the Duas that I have so far. It's Dua Vaniglia. So this is inspired by Vaniglia by Mazzolari, which I have never smelled, but I just heard through a group that I'm in that this was a good vanilla. The notes are very simple. It's vanilla, caramel, and orchid. This has a lot of, it has like 31 5-star reviews. Not that you can trust the Dua reviews, because I think they censor out the bad reviews, but I know what this smells like because I wear it all the time. I'll just spray it on myself. Why not? It's so good. It's just kind of like an ice cream, yummy, sweet, comforting vanilla. To me, that's what this is. It's very comforting to me. So this is my comfort scent. This is my bedtime scent a lot of times. And this is the only one I've actually made a dent in. So you can actually see that I've used it. And the juice has gotten darker. So has Puffletuft. The juice got a lot darker. So I've had that for like 4 months. I have both of these for about 4 months. And I really like this one. It's sweet. So you have to like sweet, but it's a great vanilla, kind of a basic vanilla scent. Really nice. Okay, here we have another vanilla, Myrrhnilla Delight. This is, okay, the inspiration is Myrrh and Tonka by Joe Malone. So Myrrhnilla Delight has notes of lavender, myrrh, vanilla, tonka bean, and almond. It's very rich with the myrrh. I sprayed this when I first got it. It was good, like right out of the bottle. It didn't have to sit, but it has gotten darker. I will say that. Oh, my lid fell off. So this is a really nice, like mysterious smelling vanilla with the myrrh. I like it. It's kind of more of a fall winter, I would say, but you could wear it year round. It's just really nice. You have to like myrrh if you're gonna wear that one. We have a very popular one. This is the dupe for Happy Dust by Narcotica. It's called Dust of Delight. And yeah, my juice has gotten a little darker on this one too. This is another matcha vanilla scent. So you can see I have my favorites in fragrance notes. This is really nice. It's also very calming, soft. This isn't a huge projector. I would say Carnal Gray of all of these is the strongest. Dust of Delight is pretty light, and just if you've smelled Happy Dust, you know it's hard to go wrong with this. It's really good. Another one of my favorites, this is She Loves Red, and this is a clone for BDK's Rouge Smoking, which is kind of like a Dr. Pepper type of scent with vanilla and spices. It's hard to explain, but it really to me smelled like root beer. Yeah. When I smelled Rouge Smoking for the first time, it gave me the strongest scent memory. It was so strange. I was immediately drawn back to this place that we would go every summer in my childhood by a lake, and there was a little tackle store or a shop that sold beer and soda and candy and bait and stuff, and I think they must have had root beer candies in there, and it made the whole place smell. Or maybe my sister and I would buy them, because that's what this Rouge Smoking made me think of this. And so this is a pretty good dupe of Rouge Smoking because, again, it made the cut for me. I kept it. I just really like this scent. So this is She Loves Red. It's a yummy, spicy, sweet root beer scent, if you like that kind of thing. And the dry down's pretty nice on that, along with the original Rouge Smoking. The dry down is amazing on that. Again, one that I actually do like the original better, but I'm content to have the duo. All right, and this one is dupe for Penghaligon's Changing Constance. This is Miss Independent. I did find this one through sampling too. I really liked a sample that I bought. So this is another nice fall scent. It's got caramel in it. I can't remember the other notes, I'll have to look them up, but it's very similar to Minuet et Demi by Demi Rawlings. That one, I've heard. Actually, I did just get a sample of that, and it is I can confirm that it is very similar to that. So these three fragrances, Changing Constance, Minuet et Demi, and Miss Independent, are all very similar. They have this warm caramel spice scent. Let me look up the notes. It's pimento, caramel, cardamom, salt, vanilla, tobacco, and cashmere. So this one is really nice and soft, and it just reminds me of like being in a library. It reminds me of an introvert, which I am, and it's like being wrapped up in a cashmere blanket, or the softest blanket you can imagine. It's really good. So I have a couple that I am on the fence about, and I've tried to put up for sale, but they haven't sold. So I don't know if I'm gonna just try to let them grow on me. This one, there's a story behind this. I sampled Atelier d'Or's Lune Feline, which is an amazing vanilla, so mysterious and kind of like, it's got this like strange energy to it, because it kind of has a little bit of an animalistic note, sort of, but it's not too terrible and it's not too strong. But I'm gonna spray this one. It kind of fills the room, and it kind of doesn't go away, but I'm gonna spray it anyway. It's It's got the animalistic note, but as opposed to Lune Feline, where that dies down, this one seems to stay. So I forgot to tell you the name. It's called Magnetic Moon, but this is the Lune Feline dupe. And Lune Feline costs a lot. It's the bottles that have like gold flakes in them. But yeah, I'm just not sure about this. It's nice, but I don't know, it doesn't quite have the same appeal as the original. Let me smell it again. And I've sprayed it on skin to test. Of course, I've sprayed them all on skin. And then this one is the dupe for Nishane's Ani, which is such a beautiful vanilla if you've ever smelled it. This one is called Drowning in Vanilla, and they have like a million different mixtures and what do you call them? Tri blends or dual blends, where they mix it with something else, this scent with something else. I'm starting to like this more and more. I think it has gotten better over time from sitting. I'm starting to like it more and more. It is not exactly like Ani, because Ani changes. That's one of the first fragrances that I had the biggest reaction to it being such a changing fragrance. It was like three distinct different phases. Very noticeable. And the dry down on Ani is just beautiful. I love it. But I don't own it, I just have a sample. So I wanted to try to replicate it with this. And it's just okay. This is one I took a total chance on when I ordered, and I shouldn't have. I don't know what I was thinking. It's a YSL inspired fragrance, and I like a lot of YSL fragrances, so I thought I would like this one, but I don't. This is a dupe for Manifesto. It's called Manifest for Her, and I don't like it. Something in the notes. There's something in the notes I don't like, so it smells a little bit mature to me, which makes sense because Manifesto was created, the YSL fragrance was created, you know, decades ago, I think, was when it first came out. There's something in the notes I don't really like on that, so. Okay. Now the ones that I have sold are Alexandra's Vanillac Dreams, which was an original blended with the Tihota? Hybrid. That's what those are called when you mix two. Hybrid. Tihota by Indult and Alexandra Short by the Dua brand. So this is the one that I sold this one. It was nice, but it was a little bit woody and pungent for me, so I decided to put that one up for sale, and it did sell. So that one is not in my collection anymore. I just had enough vanillas. As you can see, I have a lot of vanillas, and I have more vanillas in my perfume collection. So just wasn't really attached to it, so I let it go. The other one I sold is Dua Therapy, which is Initio's Musk Therapy clone. It was too strong for me. It was too overwhelming with the citrus. It smelled like cleaner to me, something about it, and the musk, it just didn't agree with me. So that's this one, Dua Therapy. So yeah, if you like Musk Therapy by Initio, you'd probably like this, but I don't really like Musk Therapy by Initio either. It's something about it just kind of bothers me when I wear it, like it's too much. So I did sell that one. The one I sold is the Spiced Vanilla Extrait 21, which is inspired by Vanille Planifolia. Let me try that again. Vanille Planifolia Extrait 21 by Guerlain. Okay, and the notes were vanilla, spices, opopanax, amber, and musk. Opopanax. That sounds like an animal thing, but anyway, it was a nice vanilla, but it says exotic spices, sensuality of musk. It had all that, but something about it, again, it just didn't agree with me. It was a little bit cloyingly sweet for me. Everyone was going crazy over it, so I had no trouble selling it, but it just wasn't for me. Sometimes there's just scents that don't agree with me. And last one I'll talk about that I sold was Creamy Blend of Walnuts. I heard this was a great gourmand. It's a Dua original, not inspired by anything. It It smells like candied walnuts, very candied, very sweet, strongly sweet. It has caramel, milky notes. I think that's what touched me off about that. I don't really like lactonic notes. So creamy blended walnuts is the other one I sold. So I guess I've sold 4. A lot of people love that one too. So don't take my word for it. Just know it wasn't for me because it was too strongly and sickeningly sweet. So that is my Dua collection. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you join me next time for more fun. All right, bye.